to our final performance of Murders in the Air. We hope you enjoy it. We have a little twist in the way we're doing the play this year, and so there will be a couple of actors come out and explain that to you. Some of you may already know about it. And once you enjoy. If you could mute your phones, that would be great. Thank you. Are you ready, sound people? All right. Enjoy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you can have your attention real quick, I'm Jean Culpepper, and this is my assistant, Audrey Usher. The circumstances surrounding our production are a little unusual, and we were very flattered when Billy St. John, who wrote Murder in the Air.
As you probably noticed on your program, air is spelled A-G-I-R, murder in the air, get it?
Yes, well, as I was saying, we were very flattered when Mr. St. John contacted us and asked us to direct his play's premiere production.
Actually, it was a work in progress, and we made changes and rewrites throughout the rehearsal period.
And while it was very exciting to be part of creating a new work, it put quite a strain on us, the playwright, and the cast.
You got that right.
Hush, Jake. Actors should be unseen and unheard until curtains open. Sorry about that. The play isn't quite finished, you see. It's a murder mystery, and most of the characters have a great motive to kill. Well, you'll see who.
The thing is, Mr. St. John couldn't make up his mind which character should be the killer. In fact, he wrote several different endings where the very suspect were revealed to be the murderer.
We performed them all for him, and as it got closer and closer to opening night, he still couldn't decide. The tension in the air, that's A-I-R, grew so thick you could cut it with a spork.
It got so bad, Mr. St. John had what I feel sure will prove to be a temporary breakdown. The reason that he's not here with us tonight is because he's under heavy sedation in a very nice place surrounded by soft walls with lots of padding.
Some people have all the luck. Anyway, the cast, crew, and ourselves are here though, and we're determined to provide an entertaining show for you, even if it kills us. That's just a figure of speech, of course. This brings me to our main point of being up here, to let you know that you're going to have to help us. If you look in your program, you'll see we've inserted a loose slip of paper, a ballot of sorts. And as you watch the first act, you'll discover which characters have a motive to kill someone who will indeed be dead the time the act ends.
During intermissions, we need you to check on your ballot which character you think is most likely to be the killer. Give your ballot to one of the ushers before you take a break for intermissions.
We'll time it quickly, and for the second act, the cast will perform the scene Mr. St. John wrote for the character that the majority of you chose as the murderer. At least that is what we hope will happen. It got very confusing during rehearsals.
It's a wonder we didn't kill the playwright.
Quiet. Look, we might as well get started. We saved ourselves a seat there in the front row where we can follow in the script and help out if things get a little shaky, which they won't, but just in case. Are you ready, cast?
As ready as we're gonna be.
Then, let's do it! Places! Lights!
Mr. Starkler is resting in the room just through that doorway.
I'm sorry, Miss Withers, but you startled me.
My apologies, but I dare say a slight scare will do you no harm. However, for a man in his 90s in Mr. Starkweather's condition, could prove fatal.
Yes, ma'am. I guess this terrible storm has me feel a little edgy.
Yes. It is a tempestuous evening presume all the guests have been shown to their rooms?
Yes, well, all but Mr. Starkweather's grandson, Mr. Simon III, but it's a long drive from his college, and with this storm, you know.
I hope we can start without him. It's already past Mr. Starkweather's bedtime, and he must have his sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
I assure you, Miss Withers, the room is spotlessly clean.
I certainly hope so. Mr. Starkweather's asthmatic condition makes the merest moan of dust potentially lethal.
I have served as Mr. Starkweather's maid for many years before you came here. I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. You brought the coffee?
Yes, it's right here on the table, Miss Trent.
Good. Then go back to the kitchen and help me over with the rest of the refreshments.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Starkweather gave specific instructions that everyone be in the dorm room at 8 o'clock sharp. I'll ask Spencer's to fetch the guests from their rooms.
Mr. Starkweather will be ready.
I've got all the cars parked in the garage like you told me.
As I told you, oh, why was my breath? You're dripping water all over the foyer. Why did you enter through the front door, Rufus? I've told you a million times, servants never enter through the front door.
I reckon I forgot, Mr. Bensonhurst. Besides, it's raining out there.
I'm aware of that. It now looks as if it's been raining in here as well, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
Go back out the way you came and maneuver yourself around to the back door. Do you think you can manage that?
I don't know, but I suppose I'm gonna find out.
When the last guest here, Mr. Simon, arrives, I'll summon you to park his car for him.
Oh, good. While I wait, I'll sit by the stove and see if I can grow some gills.
Don't be impertinent.
How can I be if I don't know what it means?
Just do what you're told. Go to the kitchen and wait there till I call for you. Not that way. Have you already forgotten that I told you to go around to the back door?
No, but I was hoping you had.
That man is an idiot.
I heard that.
Where do you want this one, Minerva?
On the coffee table, careful with it.
Yes, ma'am. I think everything's ready now.
You think wrong. Place the cups on the saucers so all we'll have to do is pour the coffee.
Yes, ma'am.
The others are coming down. Miss Van Zandt informed me that Mr. Starkweather wishes for the staff to be present as well.
He wants the...
Servants here.
Precisely, even Rufus. Had I been informed of this fact sooner, I would have ordered him to take a bath. He has been out in the rain parking cars, so perhaps that'll help.
If you ask me, you know his blood wouldn't help.
Be that as it may, I shall summon him this turn.
Why does he want all the servants down here?
I'll pull out my good
Do you remember what I told you when you came to work here?
Yes, do as you're told and don't ask questions.
Exactly. Stick to that.
I will, Minerva.
Oh dear, I never know if there are special occasions. I suppose Uncle Simon invited me to a special occasion. Isn't it, Jordan?
I suppose so, when you consider that most of the time he treats us like lepers.
You think Simon treats us like jungle cats?
Not leopards, mother, lepers. Oh, forget it. And don't worry, mother, you look fine.
Thank you, son.
I'll tell you one thing. If we were to ever inherit this magic lamb, the first thing we should do is call up the Adams family and let them know it's on the market.
Counting chickens, are we?
Minerva, we didn't see you and your young, attractive helper over there.
Nancy is a nice girl, and I mean for her to stay that way.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I doubt that.
I don't understand.
I believe that. Miss Minna, why don't you have a seat, and I'll bring you some coffee.
Coffee? That sounds nice. It's a little damp in here.
That's because there's a lot of damp out there. How do you take it?
Mother prefers hers black. I like mine sweet. I'll flavor it myself.
Whatever.
Oh, what lovely hors d'oeuvres. These are delicious. I'm glad you like them.
You're looking very pretty tonight, Nancy.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, that makes me feel as old as Granduncle Simon. Call me Jordan.
She'll call you Mr. Starbrother, the way a proper maid should. And if anyone were to call you another name, it'll be me. And you don't want to know which one I'm thinking.
Minerva, you never change.
Neither do you. More's the pity. Now take a seat next to your mother.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Kathy, darling, I don't understand how you stand living out here in the boonies, away from the fine restaurants and shopping centers. Why, I get so depressed, I just sit down and weep.
It's not that bad, Paula. I stay here during the week and go to my apartment in town most weekends.
I am so relieved to hear that.
I worked for a large corporation before Mr. Starkweather hired me to be his personal assistant. And believe me, this position is much nicer.
Look what we have here. 2 beautiful rays of sunshine to dispel the gloom. You look beautiful, ladies.
I swear, Cousin Jordan, you're a rogue and a charmer.
I do my best. Won't you join us?
Have a seat over there. You'll be safer. I'll bring you some coffee.
Thanks, Minerva. I take mine black.
Load mine down with lots of cream and sugar. I must admit, I have an enormous sweet tooth.
Maybe that's what causes the corn syrup accent.
And how are you this evening, Cousin Fiona?
What? Me? Oh, I'm very well. Thank you, Paula.
That's just peachy. I swear, I don't know why we don't see more of one another. It seems the only time we get together is for somebody's funeral.
Well, aren't all funerals for somebody?
Shame on you. Don't be morbid, Cousin Jordan. I'm glad this week is an exception to the rule, for once known as dead.
So far.
Oh, that's okay, honey. You didn't spell me.
What did you mean by that remark, Jordan?
Oh, nothing. It's just that when we were called to come to Great Uncle Simon's mansion for the weekend, at first I assumed you were going to say he had passed on.
You wish.
I forgot to pack my new black dress.
It was a natural assumption. I mean, he is getting up in years and in bad health. I was just relieved the old boy is still with us, of course.
Kathy, darling, I bet you know why Great Uncle Simon required our presence this frightful evening. Come on, tell.
Miss Van Zandt will go into the particulars, but I believe Mr. Starkweather wishes to discuss his will.
Really?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't drool all over your nerves.
You misjudged me, Minerva. I was surprised, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Where's Simon? Shouldn't he be here too?
When I contacted him last week, he said he could make it. Apparently he's gonna be late. If he's trying to call down here tonight, he couldn't get through. The phone lines are down.
Well, he should be here. After all, he is Great Uncle Simon's only grandchild.
Yeah, probably get everything.
Excuse me. You're doing great, guys. You really are. Folks, I suggested to Mr. St. John that these family relations might be a bit confusing. He agreed and said he was going to write a seed on it when he snapped like a rubber band. So I'm just going to go ahead and explain it. The family tree might be in your programs as well. Simon Starkweather, the old billionaire whom you'll meet shortly, married late in life and produced one son, Simon Jr. Simon Jr. in turn married and produced one heir, Simon III, the college student who's late for the gathering. The original Mrs. Starkweather, Simon II, and his wife are now deceased. Old Simon's eldest brother Paul had a daughter Bella who married Lucien Thompson. And they produced a daughter, Paula here. Paul, his wife, Bella, and Lucien are now deceased. Old Simon's younger brother, John, married and produced Ezra, who married Fiona here. And they produced Jordan. This is Jordan, but you know that already. John, his wife, and Ezra are now deceased. I realize that's a lot of dead people, but if they would have been included in the play too, it would have looked like a marching band had wandered into the living room. Believe me, it was hard enough moving everyone about the stage as it was. Sorry for the interruption. Carry on.
We don't have the foggiest notion where we are.
I'm not even sure who I am anymore.
Oh yes, resume with Calvin's and Maddie's entrance.
Richie,
Huh?
give them their entrance cue.
What is it?
They'll probably get everything.
Who will?
Your cousin Simon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll probably get everything.
I'm very pleased with your investigation. I'll be glad to recommend you to my other clients.
Just doing my job, Miss Van Zandt.
Good evening, everyone.
I know we haven't all met quite yet, but I have a pretty good idea who you all are. Mrs. Starkweather and her son Jordan, right?
That's right, Mr.
Davis. Call me Mike.
From what Miss Van Zandt just said, you must be some sort of investigator?
You got it, pal. The private kind.
I see.
Who's this nice young man, dear?
He's a detective, Mother.
A detective? How exciting. Do you know Jessica Fletcher?
No, ma'am. She's way out of my league. I do think I know who you two ladies must be, though.
If you're a private investigator, I'd be surprised if you didn't.
The accent settles it. You're Paula Thompson.
You're 100% correct. I can't deny it. I'm from the deep south.
If you came from any deeper south, you live in Central America.
And that leaves you to be Kathy Collins. It's nice to finally meet you in person.
Me too, Mike. Mike and I have corresponded for some time by mail, in fact, on Mr. Starkweather's behalf.
Is anyone sitting here? No? I'll just park you here.
I expect for you to remain unobtrusive.
I sure will, as soon as I find a dictionary and look it up.
And just go sit by the fire and keep quiet.
By the fire? Glad to. My backside's still kind of soggy.
Keep an eye on him. I shall do my best. If all is in readiness, Miss Van Zandt, I shall inform Mr. Starkweather.
Yes, thank you, Bensonhurst.
There's coffee if anyone else wants some.
I could use some Minerva.
How do you take it? In a cup.
Oh, I cracked myself up.
Black, please.
Miss Van Zandt, I understand Grand Uncle Simon asked us here to talk about his will.
That is correct. Frankly, I didn't think it was a good idea. Mr. Starkweather's health is precarious at best, and he doesn't need the excitement. I advised him to communicate with you all by mail, but he insisted on summoning you all to Starkweather Mansion. I only hope he doesn't live to regret that decision.
Miss Withers is bringing in Mr. Starkweather to join us.
Can I move now?
Here you are, Mr. Starkweather.
Go, go.
I'll be right over here if you need me.
To think I was once surrounded by presidents and kings, but my world has shrunk to this. A handful of relatives and a meager staff of hired help. Simon, where's my grandson?
We presume he's on his way, Mr. Starkweather.
Can't wait for him. Not enough time anymore.
Good evening, Great Uncle Simon. You're looking well.
Are you blind, boy, or just a habitual liar?
I was only making pleasantries, Uncle.
Save your breath. You've always been a sweet talking Jordan, but that doesn't cut nice with you. You're nothing but a greedy opportunist, boy. I ought to know. I was with myself at your age.
And I guess it runs in the family.
I suppose. Well, Fiona, you look the same.
I do? Why, thank you, Uncle Simon.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily meant as a compliment.
Oh, great Uncle Simon, you're just awful.
At my age, and with my money, I can afford to say exactly what I want. And I do. Anyways, how's my little Georgia Peach?
Little me, I'm just peachy, Uncle.
Hey, Barth. Would you care for some coffee, Mr. Starkweather?
He mustn't have any. The caffeine can keep him awake and affect his blood pressure. It already runs a little high thanks to the medications.
Apparently I won't be having any Minerva. You heard my keeper.
Yes, sir.
Everyone aspires to live to a ripe old age. And for what? To be kept alive by medicines and machines? To be prevented from enjoying life's simple pleasures like a cup of coffee?
You mustn't excite yourself, Mr. Starkweather.
You see, I'm not even allowed to feel any strong emotions.
That's a bummer.
Bummer. Put it very succinctly, Rufus. Old age is a bummer. I could have searched my vocabulary extensively and never come up with such an apt description. Bummer!
I'm glad you like it.
According to my doctors, I won't have to remain a prisoner in this weak old body for much longer. There's just one thing I hate to leave behind. My money.
You know what they say, Uncle? You can't take it with you.
Yep, that's what they say. That's why I had Lois here write up my will a couple years ago. I'm sure you're all curious of how I provided for you.
For what I meant, I'm just a teensy bit curious.
A teensy bit, eh?
I was afraid something like this would happen. Here, Mr. Starkweather. Breathe deeply. See what you've done?
Me? I didn't.
Should somebody call an ambulance?
We can't. The phones are dead.
It's all right. He just lost his breath. He needs to breathe pure oxygen just for a little bit.
Tell them.
Very well. This is the will Mr. Starkweather was referring to. As you know, he's been a phenomenally successful businessman for many years.
I'll say, he's been on the cover of Forbes magazine at least a dozen times.
I never read it.
He has the distinction of becoming one of the world's first billionaires.
20 years ago, I begged dear Ezra to ask Uncle Simon to advise him on his business investments, but he was too proud.
Yeah, Dad had his pride. Lots of pride. And very little money.
If I may continue, Mr. Starkweather's fortune is now in the neighborhood of $50 billion.
If I'd have known that, I'd asked for a raise.
I won't go into the details of the will, but it essentially bequeaths $1 million each to his household staff. Mr. Bensonhurst, his butler, Mrs. Trent, his housekeeper, Minerva Walker, his cook, Miss Withers, his nurse, Nancy Pollard, his maid, and Rufus Jones, his handyman.
Forget the raise.
The will goes on to state that the rest of his money is to be divided equally among his surviving relatives. They are his grandson, Simon III, his niece, Fiona Starkweather, and her son Jordan, who share 1/3, and his great niece, Paula Thompson.
Isn't that nice?
I always knew you'd be right by us, Uncle.
I know you got mad when Mom married a Southern boy, but you two must agree on one thing. Blood is thicker than water.
I bet you Miss Withers could tell you if it is.
Now that I've informed you of the will's contents, I have another announcement to make. As of tomorrow, this will becomes invalid.
What does invalid mean?
It means no good.
I got a brother that's invalid.
This Van Zandt means we're not going to get any of the money, you fool.
Oh. Guess I won't be buying that big screen TV I was thinking about after all.
Sit. You too, Lois.
Why have you decided to disinherit us, Uncle?
I found a better use for my money. That's why. Joel, all of you in the old world will still receive $50,000 each.
50,000 out of 50 billion?
Lois advised me it'd be a good idea to leave you all a little extra something, just where it'd be less likely for you to contest my new will.
New will?
Yep, that's why Kathy here stay over at Starkweather Mansion and get it typed up nice and legal for my signature. Mr. Davis is here as a disinterested party to witness the signing, and Lois will take it by the courthouse come Monday.
Mr. Davis said he's a detective. What'd you hire him to do?
Mr. Starkweather hired me to conduct an investigation on the quiet. For the past 6 months, I've flown to a dozen or more foreign countries, checking out some of the world's most brilliant scientists. Some well-known, others who prefer to keep their experiments hush-hush. I succeeded in finding one in Belgium. Let's call him Dr. X, who agreed to help Mr. Starkweather do what he desires, which is to clone himself.
Clone?
That's insane!
What nonsense!
You must be kidding.
It's immoral.
I don't understand. Good, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Those blood and skin samples you had me compare? The ones sent to specialists?
They were sent to specialists with specialists in DNA.
I thought you were trying to find a cure.
I was. Not a cure for my various ailments, but a cure for dying. And I did find it.
Cloning?
Precisely. Through modern science, I shall live forever. politicians debate that for decades to come. In the meantime, Dr. X, as Davis named him, will be creating a brand new me. A lot of you seem to be displeased, not, I suspect, because of the moral question, but because of your loss in fortune. Too bad. Cloning is very expensive, especially with the process I require, which must be done in absolute secrecy. I'll still have a sizable fortune left for the new me to inherit. But no doubt, I will become the first person on Earth to become my own heir. Withers, my blood pressure.
Yes, Mr. Starkweather.
Why don't you take his blood pressure right here?
Mr. Starkweather's arms are too frail for me to get a reading from. This is an outsized cup, meant to go around a patient's thigh. He can withstand the pressure there better. Now, he's had enough of excitement for one evening. If you'll excuse us, we must get to bed.
I guess our meeting is concluded then, unless anyone has any questions.
I do. What the heck was that all about?
It's simple, Rufus. Great Uncle Simon was going to leave us a fortune, but he's changed his mind. Instead, he's decided to clone himself.
What does clone mean?
It means to take some cells from a person's body and create a duplicate of the original.
They can do that? That's great! Maybe when the old Mr. Starkweather dies, I can get a job working for the new Mr. Starkweather.
The new Mr. Starkweather will have to be born and grow up again. It goes against the laws of nature. How? It's all been arranged. Once Dr. X has created a new life, the cells be implanted into a host mother who will carry the child to term.
Host mother? Who? Me. Why not? I'm young and healthy. I'll make a good mother for little Simon.
How could you ever consider being a part of this travesty?
I'll be well compensated. Besides, have you ever met anyone else to give birth to a baby billionaire?
Wait. Uncle Simon's giving all his money to a baby?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The new will places Mr. Starkweather's fortune into a trust fund, which I'll administer. I'll release the money to pay Dr. X and his staff to perform the procedure. After that, ample funds will be available for Kathy's needs and the child's upbringing and education. Once he's grown and properly trained to be on high finance, the money will be turned over to him.
The kid will look, think, and act just like Simon Starkweather. He could conceivably parlay those billions into trillions by the time he's an old man.
But for what purpose? To leave it to another clone and another? Where will it end? When there's a Simon Starkweather with enough money and power to rule the world? We didn't discuss it, but you might well be right. How could you condone such madness?
Oh, I see why she would. Miss and the college girls would live like billionaires off of Mr. Starkweather's money. Money that should have gone to us and his family. I guess you'll get rich too since you're part of this whole scheme.
Not me. I did the job I was paid to do. My part's over. I'll take my very generous check and head out. Quite frankly, I could care less if the boss's science fiction experiment works or not.
You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed.
I believe you've made your feelings quite clear, ladies. If you and the other servants will join me, I wish to speak to all of you in the kitchen. We'll clear after you finish. I trust you'll ring if you require anything else.
It might be kind of nice hearing little pitter-patters of feet around the house.
Oh, shut up, Rufus.
Kathy and I will retire to my room. You might as well begin typing up the new will tonight. I'll direct you on how to put everything in proper legal terms.
Sure, Lois. The sooner it's finished and signed, the better. Hey, wait a minute. How come nobody asked me if I want to carry the baby? I can do it as well as she can.
You're Mr. Starkweather's bloodkin, Paula. It wouldn't be proper.
I guess it would be kind of tacky.
Proper, you're about to conduct an experiment that makes Frankenstein look like an amateur, and you're worried about being proper?
Cool it, kid, before you burst a blood vessel. Mr. Starkweather has made up his mind, and I have a feeling that the old man is going to get whatever he wants.
Succinctly put, Mr. Davis. Kathy?
I'll go up and pack. Once I witness the signing of that will tomorrow morning, I'll have no reason to hang around. Night.
We were robbed.
We were?
Yes, Mother. Great Uncle Simon dangled a fortune in front of our noses and snatched it away.
That was mean.
Mean? The man's a monster. Didn't you see the evil glint in his eye? He enjoyed pulling the rug out from under our feet.
At least he's leaving us 50,000.
To him, that's no more than tossing a dime to a beggar. And he's only doing it just to keep us from breaking his new will. You heard him.
Yeah.
I wish he were dead. I wish the old goat would drop dead tonight.
It would serve him right.
If Uncle Simon did die tonight, then we would get our money. Wouldn't we, my dears? Anyone care for a game of bridge?
Penny for your thoughts? That's all I can afford to pay, for now.
Mr. Starkweather.
It's Jordan Mittmer, at least when Minerva the Dragon Lady isn't around.
I thought everybody went to bed.
I was gonna turn in, then I got an urge for a midnight snack.
I'll make you something.
Never mind. What are you doing up?
Miss Trent sent me here to make sure the fire screen is properly closed so no sparks pop out into the road.
And burn Starkweather Mansion to the ground? Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad idea.
You shouldn't talk like that. You know Mr. Starkweather's an invalid. How could he?
You read my mind.
Jordan!
Ah, got you to call me by my first name. Why should that surprise you? Everyone knows I'm the black sheep in the family. If it happened tonight, you'd have $1 million and I'd have billions. Think of the good times we could have together.
Nancy, I thought you were going to help me with the dishes.
I'm just making sure the French doors are locked.
I see. And what are you doing here?
I came down for a little snack when I saw Nancy here. I stopped for a little chat.
That appetite of yours is going to get you in trouble one of these days.
Minerva, what are you doing with that knife?
Mincing onions.
At midnight?
I can't stand to have people see me cry. I thought I heard someone here, so I came to check. If you're hungry, come with me and I'll find you something.
Yes, Minerva. Anything you say, Minerva.
Finishing here, then come give me a hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on. Rufus! Thought I heard someone come in.
It was just me.
So is he. Good grief, man. What are you doing with that axe?
It's like this. I remember chopping wood for the fire this afternoon before it started raining, but I didn't put the axe back in the shed. I forgot. I've been dismembering things a lot lately. Anyway, when it came to me where I left it, I figured I better bring it in and dry it off so I don't rust.
That's fine, but why did you bring it into the living room? Besides, how many times have I told you to use the back door?
As many as you want.
I swear, you'll be the death of me, Ed. Just go into the kitchen and have Miss Trent give you a towel.
I ain't waiting quit raining.
I know that, to dry the axe.
Oh. Right.
The back door? If that man had half a brain, he'd be dangerous.
I heard that.
Any of your thoughts?
Jordan, I just came down for a breath of fresh air. What are you doing up this late?
Munchies, want a cookie?
No thanks.
So have you and Miss Van Zandt finished the new will?
It's all finished except for Mr. Starkweather's signature. I see you've calmed down. I wouldn't blame you if you hated me.
Why should I hate you? I'd make the same deal if I were in your shoes.
I'm sure you would, Jordan.
Minerva was right. Being the mother of little Simon would be the best at owning the billions yourself. You're forgetting something now.
What?
A little tyke would need a dad too. Someone to mold and guide him to the perfect replica of Great Uncle Simon. A heartless money-making machine.
You think so?
I know so. And who would be a better father figure than I? You're a very attractive woman, Kathy. We can mix business with pleasure.
Take your crummy hands off me!
What?
You're getting cookie crumbs on my blouse. And by the way, forget it. If I decide little Simon needs a father after he's born, I'll find a suitable husband then. I don't know who it'll be, but it won't be some sleazy, money-hungry slimeball like you, Jordan.
I could kill you, you witch!
I wouldn't try it if I were you. Not with a detective in the house.
Aren't you finished in here yet? Minerva wants you in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't dawdle. Someone left the French doors open. I'll close them. Miss Thompson?
Miss Trent, you gave me a fright.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't shoot me. What are you doing roaming the house in the middle of the night with a gun in your hand?
Oh, don't worry. I know how to handle a gun. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I could clean it. I was gonna look in the kitchen for some oil.
I doubt you'll find what you need in there, unless you want to rub it with Crisco. Do you always carry that thing around with you?
Oh, I take it everywhere I go. My daddy taught me to be a crack shot when I was 10. A girl can't be too careful.
I don't think you have anything to worry about at Starkweather Mansion. It's miles from the nearest town. No one ever comes out this way.
You've never had a burglary? Or a prowler?
No?
You know, with Great Uncle Simon being on the ground floor, anybody could just break in those French doors, walk into his room, and who knows what.
Like shoot him?
Well, it could happen, as terrible as that thought is. In his medical condition, how could he defend himself?
He could sick nurse fiddlers on them, I suppose. That should frighten away any intruder.
Oh, you're just awful. But I wouldn't want to tangle with the woman. Where does she sleep?
In the room just beyond Mr. Starkweather's. In case he rings his bell for her in the night.
If I remember right, when Mama brought me here when I was a little girl, that room used to be a library, and the room beyond it a parlor. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct. But when Mr. Starkweather got too ill to go up and down the stairs, they converted the library into a bedroom, and Withers took the parlor.
So they're the only ones who sleep downstairs?
Yes. The servants' quarters in the attic under the eaves. We have our own staircase from the kitchen. Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious.
Excuse me, folks. We thought this little section of dialogue here was awkward and suggested to Mr. St. John that he cut it. But he felt he needed an idea of the layout of the house. He said,
What do you want me to do? Put a blueprint and Starkweather Mansion in the program?
which we thought was kind of rude, but he insisted we keep it in, so we did. But it's a bad piece of writing, and we want you to know we tried to correct it.
Sorry for the interruption. Continue.
I want you to know, if you do that one more time, you're gonna have to come up on the stage and play Mrs. Trent yourself.
Sorry.
That is great. I wish I had your nerve. Where are we?
So, you're curious about the layout of the house, are you?
Yeah, just curious.
You know what they say, curiosity killed
The cat? Yeah, well, if you'll excuse me.
Wouldn't it be ironic if someone did break in tonight of all nights and Miss Starkweather?
Bensonhurst! You frightened me to death!
My apologies. Might I ask what kind of pills you've just thrown about the room?
Digitalis. I have a heart condition.
Digitalis. Doesn't that speed up one's heart rate?
Oh yes, my little heart's just pumping away.
Then perhaps a single dosage would be sufficient. I assume an overdose could be fatal.
Extremely fatal. Or am I being redundant? I guess fatal is just fatal. Like dead is just dead. Don't you agree?
Completely. One cannot be deader than someone else dead. Longer, perhaps. But that's the only comparison for the word that comes to mind. Might I inquire as to why you brought your medication into the living room?
Why? It's a good question. Why did I bring them down here? Oh, I remember. I was going to show them to Miss Withers and see if she could get me some free samples. With her medical connections, you know.
But it appears as if your bottle was already full.
Yes, it was. But it never hurts to plan ahead. Well, I better pick these up.
Allow me to assist you.
Bensonhurst, can I ask you a question?
Be my guest.
Why are you carrying a wrench?
Wrench. Well, you see, I happen to remember Miss Withers mentioned that she thought the valve to the gas heater in Mr. Starkweather's room was a little... I thought I'd give it a turn or two.
How mechanical of you. We wouldn't want any of that gas to escape in this room, would we?
Naturally not. But first things first, shall we?
I feel like a pigeon picking popcorn.
You missed one there.
Where?
Beside your left kneecap. Left kneecap.
Got it. They've just rolled everywhere.
Round objects tend to do that, madam.
Nurse Withers!
Mrs. Starkweather, what are you doing on the floor with Bensonhurst?
Picking up my pills. I dropped my digitalis.
It appears Mr. Starkweather has required an injection. Is there a problem?
Nothing I can handle. His lungs seem to be somewhat congested, so I took him from his bed, sat him up in his chair. He tends to breathe easier in an upright position. Then I gave him an injection of steroids to help clear his bronchial passages.
My, where would Uncle Simon be without you?
Dead. Without my help, his heart would have stopped beating long ago.
Speaking of which, wasn't there something you wanted to ask Miss Withers, madam?
Was there?
The digitalis.
Oh, the digitalis. Miss Withers, I was wondering if you could give me any manufacturer samples of digitalis. I have a heart condition, and I like to keep a supply handy.
I can see why you would. Yours tend to run out, don't they? I'm sorry, Mrs. Starkweather, but I'm fresh out of spare drugs. Your uncle requires every pill he's got to keep him going.
Oh, well, then we'd better pick all mine up. Will you help us, my dear?
I suppose.
Is this a private game or can anybody play?
Mr. Davis, we're picking up spilled pills.
Is that it? I thought you were having a tiny little marble tournament or something. I'll pass.
I should give you these, Mrs. Starkweather. I must get back to my duties.
Miss Withers, how's the boss?
Bossy. He sent me for a pitcher of drinking water, and if I'm not back in a minute, he'll start ringing his bell for me. See what I mean?
I gather he rings for you a lot?
Incessantly. Once he stops ringing that bell, I'll know he's kicked the bucket.
Spoken like a true member of the medical profession. Bensonhurst, what's with the rent? You got some kind of problem I can give you a hand with?
Thank you, sir, but no. It shall wait. I too shall excuse myself.
Well,
You're up kind of late, Mrs. Starkweather.
I couldn't sleep. What about you, Mr. Davis?
Oh, I'm a real night owl. Besides, I was hoping young Simon Starkweather would show up. I haven't met him yet.
Simon's a sweet boy. I do hope he's all right, with the weather and all.
I'm sure he's just pulled off the road to let it pass. It is starting to cloud over again outside. We could be in for another deluge.
Oh dear, I hope not. Well, I guess I'd better head up and lie down.
Good night again, Mrs. Starkweather.
Good night.
Coming, Mr. Starkweather? Oh, George St. Here.
Yep, just keeping an eye on things.
I see. Well, my patient.
Oh, you're up too, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, and I'm not the only one. There seems to be more traffic going through Starkweather Mansion at midnight than on the interstate at rush hour.
I don't know what you mean. I've been hearing footsteps go past my bedroom door all evening. I'm not surprised, though. We could have guessed that Mr. Starkweather's announcement would give us heirs a sleepless night or two.
Between us, Miss Van Zandt, this cloning business, how do you feel about it?
I'm a lawyer, Mr. Davis. I'm paid to think, not feel. Can Mr. Starkweather be cloned? Definitely. There's no question such technology exists. Should he be cloned? Let's just say I wouldn't want to be the first to challenge nature by pitting another Lowe's Van Zandt.
Me too. I'm a simple guy. I've had enough to deal with in one lifetime. The sooner the signing is over with and I can get back to the real world, the better.
The new will is finished. Mr. Starkweather can sign it first thing in the morning.
Well, the old boy's still awake. That nurse was in here a minute ago. I heard him ringing his bell for her.
Oh, in that case, there's no reason he can't sign it now.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. The people in this house are as tense as a bunch of long-tailed cats in a room full of rocking chairs. I know I'll feel better once the boss's plan is a done deal.
I'll go up to my room and get the will. Why don't you let Mr. Starkweather know? What in the world?
The circuit breaker must have tripped.
But the storm passed hours ago.
I know. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. I'll go find Bensonhurst and have him show me where the main breaker is.
Good. I'll let Mr. Starkweather know we're taking care of it.
Tools of the trade.
It's all right, Mr. Starkweather. Mr. Starkweather?
Hello? Is anyone in here? Mrs. Trent? Bensonhurst? Anyone?
Kathy, I think there's something wrong with Mr. Starkweather. I don't know where that nurse is.
Oh no, he hasn't signed the will yet, has he?
No, perhaps he's just fainted. We need light. Mr. Davis is trying to... Ah! Mr. Starkweather!
What happened? Someone struck me.
It's Mr. Starkweather, help him!
Everything all right?
What's going on? What's happening?
Is he okay?
What's going on?
He's dead. Someone put the blood pressure cuff around his neck and pumped it us to the maximum. 300 millimeters of mercury. Mr. Starkweather's been strangled to death.
Well, Mr. Starkweather, who could have done such a thing?
Give me a break. I'd say you, as well as everyone else in this room, are right up there in the top 10 list.
Me?
Hold it down. Let me check the body.
Oof.
drops on his robe. Is it blood?
I'm not sure.
What else could it be?
I'll handle it. I'm the detective, remember? What can you tell us, Miss Withers?
After I brought him his water and made sure he was breathing all right, I went back to my room and laid across my bed. The next thing I know, the lights went out.
I noticed that too. Hush.
I heard him start to ring his bell for me, and I got up and started to light a candle when someone struck me with a heavy object. I must have blacked out. When I came to, the lights were on and...
Yeah, we can take it from here.
You seem to be in charge, Mr. Davis. What do we do now?
We keep trying the phone so we can get through to the cops. If the lines aren't up by the morning, someone will have to drive into town and report there's been a murder at Starkweather Mansion.
Murder? Maybe the old man did himself. Young Mr. Simon, you made it. And boy, do we got a surprise for you.
Wasn't that the most diabolical murder you ever saw?
Don't you just love it?
The way Mr. St. John's mind works, it's no wonder he went bonkers. Now remember, first thing during intermission, we need to get your ballots for your program, and mark the suspect you think murdered Simon Starkweather.
The ushers will circulate in the lobby and take them up in here as well in case any of you don't need to go for a drink of water or anything. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Wait, turn the lights back up. Sorry, we were making sure the cast knows what to do after they figure out who will be the murderer at this performance based on the counted ballots.
There are a couple things Mr. St. John intended to put in the second act once he made up his mind who the characters' lines or actions, which are clues to the person's identity.
The cast work leads into the show. We wanted you to know so you could continue to play armchair detective to try to figure out the culprit's identity. Well, guess that's everything, so relax and enjoy the conclusion of Murder in the Air. Lights!
Dead. I can't believe grandfather's dead.
Well, he is, Cousin Simon. Deadest person I ever saw.
Funny you should say that. Benson first and I were discussing the degrees of dead earlier, and
Mother, he was murdered.
There's no doubt about it. You saw the body.
If I'd gotten here sooner, maybe.
How do we know you didn't get here sooner?
What?
For all we know, you could have arrived hours ago, then parked your car on the side and slipped into Starkweather Mansion, killed the lights moments before you killed Simon Starkweather.
That's ridiculous. Why would I kill him?
I'd say a third of a $50 billion fortune is a pretty good reason to knock somebody off. If he had signed that new will...
But I wasn't here when he told you about the will. I wasn't here when he told you all about that crazy cloning scheme you all told me about.
It would have been easy enough to stand outside those French doors and eavesdrop on the conversation.
Why would I hide? I was expecting you. I told you what happened.
Tell me again.
I had to drive along at a snail's pace along that old country road. Rain was lashing my windshield, and wind was whipping tree branches into the side of my car. When I got to that old bridge that spans across the stream that flows around the city, I had to stop. It had turned into a raging river and torn into pieces. I remembered a place about a mile away from there where an old tree had fallen down. I used to play there when I was a kid. When I had gotten there, the water was almost covering the trunk. Thankfully, I made it though. But also, I guess I made it just before grandfather was murdered.
That's a pretty good story, but it sounds rehearsed.
Not nearly enough. It's the truth, I swear it.
Maybe, but I'm still not crossing you off my suspect list.
And just who else do you have on that list, Mr. Davis?
Everyone in the house except Miss Van Zant and Miss Collins. They had a heck of a lot to gain if your grandfather had signed that new will. As it turns out, they're left out in the cold.
Especially me. Louis has other clients. Now I'm among the unemployed.
I'm sure once the estate is settled, we can arrange for you to be given a generous severance, Judge.
Take it out of your portion if you like. Brother and I will pass.
So will I. Nothing personal, of course.
So, what do we do now, Mr. Davis?
Simon sort of reminded me. We could play some bridge. No? Okay.
The way I see it, we all sit tight till daybreak. Then I'll have you show me to your car. We'll drive into town, and I'll report what I know to the police, and we'll notify them that the bridge is out. My guess is that the cops will fly in by helicopter. They'll need to get the body to the coroner's office, examine the crime scene, and take all of your statements. Once a homicide detective is assigned to the case, I'm out of here.
But you're a detective too. You're right there when the murder occurred. You have a better chance of solving this than anyone else.
Sorry, but now that Mr. Starkweather is dead, I'm off the payroll. Once I get the big boys my statement, I'm out of here.
I'll hire you to stay. I won't have the money until I get my portion of the will, but if you're willing to wait.
You're on, kid. I figure you're good for the dough. Incidentally, that offer dropped you down to the bottom of my suspect list. Well, I might as well start earning my salary now.
How can we help, Mr. Davis?
First, I want to question everyone as to their whereabouts when Mr. Starkweather was murdered.
Establish everyone's alibis.
Yeah. Also, I'll need to know anything that any of you or the staff members have seen or heard that might lead me to discover the killer's identity.
Clues.
You got it. Motives, alibis, and clues. That's what a detective has to work with. The motives in this case are simple. The other elements aren't yet. But hopefully they will be by the time I'm finished.
That sounds like a good plan to me, Mr. Davis. Who do you want to start with?
Well, since you're paying the freight, call me Mike. How about you, Miss Thompson? Do you mind being first?
I'm awfully tired, but if I have to...
You don't have to, Paul. None of us do.
What do you mean, dear?
I mean, Davis isn't a police officer. We don't have to tell him the time of day.
You're right, Jordan, but why would you not want to cooperate? Unless you have something to hide.
Now look, Simon, don't start accusing me unless you can prove it.
Simon has a point. Do you want me to tell the police that everyone cooperated except you?
Oh, all right. I'll answer your dumb questions. But first, I'm going to take Mother upstairs and have her lie down. She's getting up in years and needs a rest.
Why, thank you very much, Jordan. I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but I'm not Miss Methuselah either.
Don't get excited, Mother. Are you okay? Do you need your digitalis?
No, but if I did, there's probably one or two under the sofa somewhere. I had a little accident with my pill bottle.
Come on. You can call when you're ready for us.
I assume you'll want to question everyone in private? You can wait with me in my room if you'd like, Kathy. I want to go over the old will again since we're in the official one.
Sure, Lois. Excuse us.
I'd like to stay. Since I wasn't here earlier, hearing everybody's statements will help me paint a clear picture of what happened earlier to start with me.
Well, you're the boss now. I'm particularly interested in what happened between the time Mr. Starkweather announced he was changing his will and the time that the body was discovered.
And how long is that?
Several hours. Well, Miss Thompson, did you observe anything in that time frame that might help?
I was very disappointed by Great Uncle Simon's announcement, as you might well imagine. I mean, I could see why you might want to clone Tom Cruise, but Great Uncle Simon? No offense, Cousin Simon, but your grandfather was not a very nice person. Anyway, I spent most of that time in my room. But I did come downstairs on a little errand. I was outside the kitchen door when I heard Minerva and that cute little maid Nancy talking.
What's the matter with you, girl? You haven't heard a word I said. Did you leave your mind in the other room?
I'm sorry, Minerva. I'm so confused.
About what? Is that because Scamp Jordan even bothered you? When I walked in on the two of you in the living room, you were standing mighty close. Real lovey-dovey like. What was he saying to you? Trying to get you to do something you didn't want to do?
Minerva, no. He's not interested in me. I heard him with this Collins.
I see. When you lost your billion, he lost interest in you, didn't he? He's wanting money right to the college girls, isn't he?
He proposed, but she laughed at him.
Good for her. Seriously, right, that lazy bum.
finished, I'd like to go to my room now.
Go on. And Nancy?
Lock your door.
Excuse me.
That little scene in the foyer was a flashback. It showed a conversation Paula had overheard before the murder. The other character stories, well, portions of them, will be shown in flashbacks too.
Don't you just love it? That's all.
That woman is really asking for it.
So tell me, Mrs. Trent, did you happen to observe anything earlier tonight that was suspicious before Mr. Starkweather was murdered?
Suspicious. I suppose you call toting a gun around the house suspicious, even though Mr. Starkweather wasn't shot to death.
A gun? It was a gun.
Besides me?
Paul Thompson, that too. Claims she's a regular Annie Oakley, and she mentioned how easy it would be for someone to walk through those French doors and kill Mr. Starkweather.
Did she?
Ask for yourself.
Well, anything else?
I did happen to overhear a rather odd conversation between Rufus and Mrs. Starkweather. I had gone upstairs to distribute candles in case of power outage, which, as you know, turned out to be very useful. I was about to turn the corridor onto the west wing when I saw Mrs. Starkweather near the far end of the stairs.
Do I have enough? Oh dear. Miss Starkwood? Rufus! You scared me out of a year's growth! That's okay, ma'am. At our age, we do all our growing sideways, don't we? I certainly hope not. What are you doing with that television set? It doesn't look like a portable. It is now. I'm borrowing it from one of the guest rooms that ain't in use. Whatever for? Well, see, I ain't sleepy, so I thought I'd watch some TV, but the set in my room is all messed up. The color, I mean. Everybody on every dad blam channel is green. Leo DiCaprio is green, Dora is green, even Judge Judy is green. It looks like every station is starring Kermit the Frog. How disconcerting. You can say that again. Whatever it means. Say, are them breath mints? I sure wouldn't mind a few. I can still taste the kraut whenever serving stuff for supper. These? Oh no, Rufus, you mustn't take any of these. If you ate any of these, they could kill you. In that case, I'll pass. You better be careful not to leave them lying around, though. If somebody could eat a bunch by mistake and keel over dead. That's entirely possible. What would you put on their death certificate? Cause of death. Bad breath? It isn't a laughing matter, Rufus. I'll be careful with them. I need these pills, you see. I need every one of them.
Okay, Rufus had an axe in the house.
Yes, Master Simon. I had instructed him to chop some firewood earlier.
I'm surprised you trust him with an axe.
Personally, I wouldn't trust him with a butter knife. I was simply relaying Mr. Starkweather's instructions.
Was there anything of interest that you happened to notice?
Just one, sir. Earlier tonight, I noticed Master Jordan at the door to Mr. Starkweather's room. His behavior was somewhat threatening. I got the impression he was about to enter when the door opened and Miss Withers came out. It was clear her unexpected appearance startled Master Jordan.
Well, what do you want?
I was gonna go check on Grandpa Simon.
No need to. That's what I'm paid to do.
How is he?
Still breathing, if that's what you're wondering.
How much time do you think he has left, Miss Withers?
Let's just say he needn't start any long novel, or even a short one.
But you'll think he'll make it through the night?
I'm sure he'll keep his heart beating through sheer determination, long enough to sign a new will. That is what you want to know, isn't it?
Why, you misjudge me, Miss Withers.
Give it a rest, Jordan. We all know you'd love to see him drop dead, just like everyone else in this house.
Including you. $1 million is a fortune. A a lot of people would kill for that much money.
If that's a hint, forget it, Jordan. As his nurse, I would be the prime suspect if his death appeared anything but natural causes.
Suspecting and proving are two different things.
I'm gonna forget you said that. Good night, Jordan. It's true. Jordan Starkweather did mention that I was in a position to end his great uncle's life in a way that would appear natural. I assume Bensoners told you I refused?
He did, but you could have changed your mind.
And strangle him with a blood pressure cuff? That would be foolish. Hardly what I'd call by natural causes.
I agree. The manner by which he was murdered makes no sense at all. Whoever did it.
It's as if the killer's trying to flaunt the deed in our faces.
Why would they do that?
That's a good question. Tell me, Miss Withers, if you had to choose a likely suspect to be our murder, who would it be?
Off the record? That Thompson girl. His great niece? Too goody-goody for my taste. All those southern girls can really pour on a charm when they want to. But Scarlett O'Hara was pretty ruthless when you get down to it.
We've been told Pleasant Paula has been ruined.
See what I mean? I dare say they're both desperate to get their hands on Mr. Starkweather's billions. I overheard them talking earlier this evening about the new will. It was shortly after Miss Van Zandt's announcement about it. They didn't see me in the corridor.
Well, what are we gonna do?
Do? What can we do? It's out of our hands.
Don't be such a wimp, Cousin Jordan. That money rightfully belongs to us, and there's got to be a way to get it.
I know. Maybe we can break the will if we have a great Uncle Simon declare insane.
I thought of that, but it won't work. If cloning was a wild theory, we might be able to, but it isn't. It's been done. Great Uncle Simon's plan to be the first person to clone himself might be bizarre, but it isn't insane. We'd lose the case.
Yeah, we'll probably spend all the penance we're gonna inherit on the lawyers.
Like that Miss Van Zandt. She...
What? What do you think?
I'm thinking, if you can't beat him, join him.
Huh?
Think for yourself, Jordan. Hell, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go talk to that lawyer.
If you can't beat him, oh yeah, now where would Kathy be?
It's true. Jordan did suggest we get married. It wasn't what you'd call a romantic proposal. It was more like a business proposition.
I mean, you were gonna have access to millions. What did Jordan have to offer you?
Himself, I guess. In my opinion, that fortune hunter would have made 2 cents.
Then you did turn him down.
Jordan is attractive in a smarmy sort of way, but any woman who married him would be a fool. Believe me, Mike, I'm no fool.
I've known that from the time we started working together.
I mean, you were smart enough to volunteer to your grandfather's new clone.
Look, Simon, once Mr. Starkweather made up his mind to clone himself, nothing was going to change that. He would have found a surrogate mother somewhere, so it might as well have been me.
I understand. I just think the whole idea was creepy.
You're a lot nicer about it than the other heirs were.
For example,
Paula, for one. She hadn't given up hope of getting her hands on Mr. Starkweather's money.
how do you know?
I was in Lois's room with her when Paula knocked at her door. She asked Lois to step into the corridor with her where she could speak to her in private. Lois went out with her. She hadn't closed the door completely, so I couldn't help but overhear their conversation. We're very busy, Miss Thompson.
Preparing that new will.
Yes.
Miss Van Zandt, are you sure this cloning business is legal? Couldn't you lose your license to practice it?
The process will be performed in Belgium. As we told you, our laws don't apply there.
But what about ethics? Haven't lawyers been disbarred before for behavior that was unethical, if not illegal?
What's your point?
I want in on that deal. You could pay me from the trust fund to be the baby's nanny or whatever. I don't care. And if you refuse, I shall be forced to report you to the Bar Association. Isn't that what you call it?
It is. nice, Miss Thompson. In the first place, if you make any accusations against me before the cloning procedure has been completed successfully, I'll sue you for the $50,000 you did receive and everything else you own. And I'll get it. In the second place, once the baby's on the way, I plan to close down my office. I shall devote all of my time to Kathy and little Simon's care. At that point, it won't bother me the least if I should be disbarred. You don't have to be a lawyer to administer an estate. Anyone can do it. So you see, young woman, your threats are meaningless. In fact, as an officer of the court, I should report your feeble attempt at extortion to the police. I wasn't saved. Take your silly southern self out of my sight and I might be willing to forget it.
All right, I'll go. You lawyer.
Excuse me? Yes, this is Trent. I found what's left of the Christmas candles I stored away. I thought it might be a good idea to pass them out in case of a power outage. I suggest you take one and keep some matches nearby.
Thank you. That's very thoughtful. Kathy's in my room. I'll take one from her also.
Miss Thompson?
Oh, all right. I'm going to my room. There's something I need to get.
What's the matter with her?
Let's just say she's a poor loser. She played her ace and I trumped it, in a manner of speaking. I'll give this to Kathy.
Now, if I remember correctly, when Miss Collins screamed, you were outside and had come running in the front door. What were you doing out there, Rufus?
Was I outside? Yep, I guess I was. Oh, I remember now. I had borrowed a TV set from the guest room because...
We heard why, Rufus.
You did? News sure travels fast around here.
All the actors on your TV set were green.
Sure was. Looked like the Martians had laid it or something. Anyway, when I hooked up the news set, the picture didn't come in too good. Everybody was fuzzy as a woolly worm. I went out back to try and turn the antenna around.
On the roof.
Well, it wouldn't do much good to put it in the basement now, would it?
Now, while you were outside, did you hear or see anything?
I saw an owl and I heard a bunch of bullfrogs.
I meant humans.
I saw Mr. Jordan on the patio when I was coming in. Don't know what he was doing out there.
Earlier tonight, did you hear anyone talking about the new will?
Who didn't? Minerva and old Bensonhurst didn't talk about much else. They was going on and on about it in the kitchen before Mr. Starkweather croaked.
What were they saying?
That it ain't fair, that's what. That they've worked for Mr. Starkweather all these years and should have got their millions. Me, I didn't care too much. I figured $50,000 was enough to get me a TV with a real big screen. I guess now I might even get me two.
Minerva and Bensonhurst.
Oh yeah. The more Minerva thought about it, the madder she got. And whew, that woman's got a temper. She was about ready to storm into Mr. Starkweather's room and give him a piece of her mind.
You mustn't go in there. Who's gonna stop me? I shall if necessary. You and what army? I totally agree with you that we wrong. However, a confrontation is not the answer. Then what is? Mr. Starkweather hasn't signed the new will yet. Perhaps he'll change his mind by morning.
We should live so long.
No, Minerva. He should live so long.
Mr. Starkweather, what had you been doing outside about the time that the murder occurred?
Just getting a breath of fresh air. Anything wrong with that?
Not if you had remained outside.
What do you mean?
When I made a cursory examination of the crime scene, I noticed that Miss Withers left the window raised a few inches to let in some of that fresh air. Well, anyone could have climbed in.
Are you accusing me of killing great Uncle Simon?
Calm down, Mr. Starkweather. I'm not accusing anybody. Yet.
Besides, it seems like calling somebody into doing your bidding is more your style.
Who told you that?
I'll ask the questions, if you don't mind. I repeat, what were you doing outside?
If you must know, Kathy and I had a disagreement. I blew up. I went out to cool off. Or have you already heard about that?
I question, you answer. Now, if you didn't kill Mr. Starkweather, who do you think did?
Look, I'm not saying she did. But if you check with that little maid Nancy,
Why, because of Jordan?
the girl has a crush on me. I flirted with the ladies a lot, but I did nothing to lead her on. I know she was upset about the new will, not just that she would lose her money, but that I would lose even more. I crept around the house and was outside the kitchen window when I heard Nancy talk to Miss Withers.
Can I do something for you, Miss Withers?
I just need to get Mr. Starkweather some water for his bedside. I got it.
That poor man, when he had an attack and lost his breath in the living room, I finally realized what he meant when he said the slightest shock can be proven to be fatal.
Exactly. I must go.
We wouldn't want anything bad to happen, would we? I was shocked to find out that Mr. Starkweather included me in his will. I didn't think he even noticed me.
Then you must have received two surprises. One, that you were going to inherit $1 million, and two, that it was immediately being taken away from you.
3, actually. Now, you're wealthy again. Nancy, you have enough money to do whatever you want. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I haven't been thinking myself much.
Who's been on your mind? Jordan Starkweather, perhaps? You're very fond of him, aren't you?
Who told you that?
He did, for one. He even said that you implied that you might even be willing to kill for him. I'm sorry to hurt you, Nancy, but this is who Jordan is. He's out for himself, and he'll trample anyone who gets in his way.
I guess I knew that. And Minerva tried to warn me. I even heard him in the living room with Miss Collins. I was taking fresh towels to the guest room when I heard them. You think Jordan's bad? Miss Collins is just as bad as he is.
Can you believe it? Those soulful gazes might work on some innocent young thing like that named Nancy, but he learned quick enough that I'm no pushover.
I wish I had been there to see it. It's time Jordan met his match. I could tell Nan's got some amazing words here before her. His Playboy days will be over soon enough, though.
Why do you say that?
Well, up until now, Mr. Starkweather has given Jordan, as well as Fiona, Paula, and young Simon a generous allowance. Once he passes on, the $50,000 plus will be the last to receive of the Starkweather fortune. They'll have to learn what it's like to work for a living.
Simon's almost out of school. He'll do fine. But the others, they'll go through their money in no time. And what kind of jobs could they get? Can you picture Paula behind the desk of a car rental agency?
Or Jordan driving the cars out of the lots for the customers?
And what'll Fiona do? Sell Avon? We're so funny.
Is there anything I can get for you, Fiona? Like a glass of water?
No, dear, I'm fine, thank you. Mr. Davis, I want you to know that my dear Jordan couldn't have done. Oh dear, what was done? Uncle Simon, he was with me in my room all evening.
You know that can't be true. He told us himself that he was outside, and I saw you in here earlier with Miss Withers and Bensonhurst.
Oh, that's right. Maybe it was last night he sat with me.
Maybe it was.
Now I know why Jessica Fletcher never believed the suspect on Murder, She Wrote. It's so easy to get confused.
Okay, concentrate on tonight, Mrs. Starkweather. Do you recall seeing anything suspicious?
Suspicious. Well, Oh, I remember. I remember seeing Uncle Simon's body and that horrible thing around his neck. I called that suspicious.
You mean before that, Fiona?
Before? I don't know if this is the sort of thing you mean, but
Yes.
it was right after we had talked about the new will and had all gone upstairs. I was walking past the secretary's room when I heard her and the housekeeper inside. They were speaking quite loudly, so I couldn't help but overhear.
What are you doing in my room, Mrs. Trent?
I was checking all of the guest rooms to make sure they each had an extra blanket. I suppose you're very pleased with yourself, Miss Collins.
Why do you say that?
It all worked out just as you planned.
I don't know what you mean.
I think you do. I understand now why you brought all those magazines from town and laid them out where Mr. Starkweather could see them. You've done it for months.
What magazines?
Don't play dumb, Miss Collins. The news magazines and scientific articles, I've seen them. They have one thing in common. Articles about cloning. I didn't think of it until tonight, but now I get it. You planted the idea in Mr. Starkweather's head to clone himself.
What if I did? There are no laws against sharing ideas, are there?
I'm sure your lawyer friend would say no, since you're in this together. That doesn't make it right. I think what you're planning to do is hideous.
To be perfectly frank, I couldn't care less what you think. Get out!
Giving orders already, are you? I'll leave, but remember one thing. You're not the queen bee yet, and you won't be until Mr. Starkweather's name is on the dotted line, assuming that ever happens. Mrs. Trent's accusations that she engineered the cloning business possibly with my help. Apparently, Mrs. Starkweather reported their conversation accurately, which is something of a surprise.
Is it true? Did you really give grandfather the idea to clone himself?
I don't think that's relevant to the case at hand, Simon. Even if we did, we weren't breaking any laws. Don't you agree, Mr. Davis?
No laws that I can think of.
Then shouldn't we focus on the law that was broken? I'm referring to murder, of course.
You're right, as usual, Miss Van Zandt. Can you volunteer any information that might help us?
I will tell you this. Earlier this evening, I went down to the kitchen to ask Minerva for a pot of coffee. It was apparent that we were going to be working late, and I figured the caffeine might help us stay awake a little bit. Minerva wasn't there, but Rufus was. I heard him speaking with Fiona Starkweather. Their conversation was very peculiar.
Good heavens, Rufus! What are you doing with an axe? I brought it in from the wood pile to dry it off a bit. Sharpen it up, too. You want to see?
Goodness, no. Put it away.
Maybe I better. Before it hurts someone. Or even kills them.
That's a horrible thought.
Ain't it, though? I get those sometimes. Do you?
I
see you still got your poison pills.
Digitalis isn't poison, it's a stimulant. You just have to be careful not to take too many.
You had a whole lot more in the bottle when I saw you last upstairs. Oh no, I hope you haven't doggone and overdosed. I think I can figure out that mouth-to-mouth stuff.
If you bring those lips any closer, I'm gonna snatch that axe out of your hand and chop them off.
Just trying to help, Miss Starkweather.
Well done. I can assure you there are some things far worse than death. I can assure you that I am fine. I spilled the pills in the living room. I wasn't able to find them all.
I hope Minerva don't find none. She fixes Mr. Starkweather's meals and she's mighty mad at him right now.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, nothing. Was there something you needed from the kitchen?
I came down here to see if Minerva had any of those delicious hors d'oeuvres left.
I can look.
Never mind. I've seemed to have lost my appetite.
assault, so I had to prepare his meals separately. Why are you asking about the food? You think there's something wrong with my cooking?
You are a great cook, Minerva. The leg of lamb you served tonight was delicious.
Yes, but I bet you I have terrific legs. So what's the problem?
Forget it. You told me what I need to know. Changing the subject. Do you remember who was in the kitchen with you when the blackout occurred? Before I got there.
The blackout? Let me think. I was in the pantry checking for breakfast supplies when it went dark. It took me a moment to get the can out of my pocket and light it.
Nancy, Minerva, is everyone all right?
I'm here. I'm all right. I was out back when I saw the lights go out. What happened? Bensonhurst forgot to pay the last bill.
Keep that up and I'll forget to pay your wages.
What in the blazes is going on out here?
Apparently, the storm knocked out the electricity. My candles did come in handy. You see?
Remind me to give you a gold star later. Bensonhurst, can't you get the lights back on?
That's what I came to find out. Mr. Bensonhurst?
The circuit breaker is right over here.
I hope they hurry.
That quick enough for you?
I'll get back to Marshall.
What did he come inside for? The Indian trap water all over my floors.
Why Mr. Starkweather doesn't fire him, I'll never know.
Any luck?
Yeah, it was there all right. It should be enough to pinpoint our murderer. I just wish I had more. It could take weeks to get the results. By then, the will could be probated, and the killer get his or her inheritance, and then disappear for good. I just wish that there was some way I could nab the guilty party tonight.
Yeah, I wish we'd get more on questionable suspects.
Me too. They were all so worried about making each other look guilty that they didn't reveal much about themselves. Sometimes the slightest... Simon, move your feet.
What is it?
Here, on the rug. I think it's... Yes! What they were doing was so insignificant, I barely noticed it. Simon, I know who murdered your grandfather.
Who?
I'll tell everyone as soon as I gather the evidence. Quick, go have Bensonhurst fetch everyone immediately.
Yes, sir. Nancy, stop. Go back upstairs and tell everyone to get down here as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
I don't think the police chief will mind if I use a sandwich bag to gather the evidence. I don't think he'll mind at all.
So tired.
Hey, calm down, everyone. Calm down. Please calm down. Just take a seat. Take a seat.
Mr. Davis, it is very late, or very early, depending on how you look at it. If no one else is going to ask, I will. Why did you call us together at this hour?
It has been a long night, hasn't it? I'm sure you're all very tired. I know I am. But I felt that you would all rest easier knowing who murdered Simon Starkweather.
You mean you discovered who killed Great Uncle Simon?
I believe I have, as I'm going to show you in the next few minutes.
Well, that's amazing, Mike. How'd you figure it out?
First, I had to find the answer to a question that had bothered me since the beginning. It would have been so easy to make it appear that Mr. Starkweather died of natural causes. A suggestion that Jordan Starkweather made to Miss Withers. For example, Mrs. Starkweather or her son could have gave him some of her digitalis to trigger a heart attack. So did several others of you who were aware that she had them and had left several on the floor of this room earlier, no doubt when she dropped them. The same could be achieved by Miss Withers injecting an air bubble into his bloodstream using a hypodermic needle. Anyone else could have done that by sneaking into her room and stealing a needle. It's also highly probable that some of you considered frightening him to death. Rufus with his axe, Minerva with her knife, Bensonhurst with his wrench, Paula with her gun. The possibilities are endless. Why then would the murderer choose to strangle him to death using blood pressure cuff? The answer is so simple, I feel foolish for not realizing what must have happened sooner.
Might one ask what that is?
Obviously, when the blood pressure cuff was put on his neck, he was already dead. Am I right, Miss Van Zandt?
You really are clever, Mr. Davis.
It had to have been you. We were both in here when the blackout occurred. You went to go check on Mr. Starkweather, while I went upstairs to find Bensonhurst. The killer must have murdered him and slipped into Miss Withers' room seconds before you discovered the body.
That's what I figured too.
But why did you put the cover on his neck?
As our able detective here has surmised, the murderer made it appear that Mr. Starkweather had had a heart attack. Death seemed to have indeed been due to natural causes. There was no doubt in my mind, however, that someone in this house had killed him. I knew that under the circumstances, the police would have no reason to perform an investigation, nor would the coroner perform an autopsy. I wasn't about to let my employee's murderer get away scot-free. I noticed the cuff on the bed, so I wrapped it around his neck and inflated it before wheeling him into this room.
And your plan worked. No one would question the fact that he had been murdered.
So, young Simon hired Mr. Davis to find the killer.
Which I have. That was very naughty of you, Miss Van Zandt. Your little ploy distracted me from the main problem. Instead of focusing on who did it, I kept wondering, why did they do it that way? Once I solved that piece of the puzzle, the rest came easier.
Sorry, Mr. Davis, but if you've discovered the identity of the killer, then the end seems to have justified the means.
I imagine the police will agree. And they might even overlook the fact that you're guilty of tampering with evidence at the crime scene.
If not, I'm on very good terms with the local judges.
Wait a minute. How do we know Miss Van Zandt didn't kill Grandma Simon herself?
No motive?
Oh yeah.
Don't keep us in suspense, Mike. Tell us how Mr. Starkweather did die.
I'll do better than that. I'll show you.
Why are the green going?
Bear with me.
What? Why are we turning the lights on?
Stay seated. I imagine all of you still have the candles Mrs. Trent distributed earlier in case of a blackout. Take them out now.
Ooh, isn't this nice? Very Christmassy.
When I examined Mr. Starkweather's body, I noticed what I thought were a few drops of blood on his bathrobe. On closer inspection, it turned out to be another substance entirely. I forgot about it for the moment, but as I was interviewing you all individually, I noticed one person scraping one thumbnail against the other. I took it to be a nervous gesture, but as it turns out, it was nerves triggered by guilt. I didn't realize the significance of that gesture until I recalled Minerva's testimony. She reminded me of those of you who gathered in there with her in the kitchen with candles when the blackout occurred. A few minutes ago, I noticed these on the floor by the sofa, and I had the link I needed to identify the murderer. Thin scrapings of red tallow. Tallow that came from the killer's thumbnail. Tallow that matched the drops on Mr. Starkweather's body. Tallow from the one lit candle in this room, which you are holding, Paula Thompson.
There might have been other red candles.
There aren't. I remember thinking after we took them down after Christmas, we have to buy more red ones for next year.
Well, is that the only evidence you have to offer to the police? This candle?
No, Paula. I have better proof than that. I just got done examining Mr. Starkweather's body. As I walked about the room a few minutes ago, I glanced at all of your hands, and I noticed several very thin scratches on your wrist. made by Mr. Starkweather, no doubt as he struggled for his life. I'll bet my reputation that these skin samples I gathered from underneath his fingernails came from you. It'll be easy enough to prove. I've met quite a few experts on DNA testing during the last 6 months.
I don't suppose you consider cloning those scrapings and putting the newbie in prison, would you? I didn't think so. Well, Miss Van Zandt, I guess my biggest mistake was trying to cross a lawyer. I might have caused you to lose access to Great Uncle Simon's billions, but you definitely got your revenge.
Why don't you tell us how it happened?
I might as well. You figured out the main details anyway. I was furious with Great Uncle Simon for building up our hopes and then dashing them to the ground. I thought a man that cruel didn't deserve to live. I listened outside his hallway and slipped inside when I was sure he was alone. He was sitting in his wheelchair, still awake. I went to him, gripped the handles of his wheelchair, leaned right down to his face. I had told him what he was planning to do was monstrous. I had told him he didn't deserve to live. I told him I was going to kill him. Then I reached for his throat. He was terrified. He wheeled backwards and slammed into the bedside table. The impact sent the reading lamp crashing to the floor, and the pitcher of water right on top of it. When the water hit the circuit breaker, it blew the circuit breaker and caused a blackout.
So you didn't cause the blackout deliberately?
No, it nearly ruined everything. But I had the candle and matches in my pocket. I managed to light the candle with one hand while I grabbed the oxygen mask off his wheelchair with the other. I clamped the oxygen mask hard over his nose and mouth. He couldn't breathe, of course. He made a feeble attempt to fight back with one hand while he rang his bell with the other. But all he could manage to do was make a few insignificant scratches on my wrist. That and caused me to spill those drops of candle wax on his robe. I don't know whether he died of suffocation or a heart attack, but it was all over in seconds. The old man wasn't able to do much, but apparently it was enough to pin the murder on me.
And then?
I slipped into the connecting door to Miss Withers' room. Her back was to me, and she had just managed to light her candle. I grabbed a brass candlestick from her bureau and struck her with it. She fell to the floor, and her candle went out. I slipped into the hallway and joined the rest of y'all as Kathy screamed.
I'm sure that you were as shocked as everyone else when you saw that blood pressure cuff around Mr. Starkweather's neck.
I mean, I was. But what could I do? It was easy to guess what Miss Van Zandt had told. I would have loved to kill you for ruining everything, but I didn't dare try, of course, until now. At this point, I don't have anything to lose, do I? Don't anybody move.
Easy. You don't want to do anything that you might regret.
It's too late for that advice, Mr. Davis. Get up. You're coming with me.
Where can we go? The bridge is washed out.
I know where that fallen tree is that Simon mentioned. Simon, throw your car keys on the table.
You'll never get away.
Oh, I think I might. All of your cars are on this side of the stream. It would take you hours to walk to town and notify the police. I'll be long gone by then.
What about me?
I would have committed the perfect murder if it wasn't for you. What do you think I'm going to do with you?
Not a thing if I can help it.
Hold it right there.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You burned me!
Consider our preview of the afterlife.
Good thing I always keep these on me. You never know when handcuffs will come in handy. Come on, let's have them.
Mike, remind me to pay you a big bonus.
No problem. Well, you're going away for a long time. What do you have to say for yourself?
I wonder if the prison has a chapter of the DAR.
Wait, don't close the curtains, Mr. Culpepper.
Good grief, what's the matter?
This telegram just came in for you. They say it's urgent.
Sorry, but I best see what it's all about. It's from Mr. St. John. He says he just can't do from drug use gone. When he awoke, he confessed the solution of pain was crystal clear.
Oh my, really? Yes. That's brilliant. This new ending is better than any of the possible conclusions he came up with before. You simply have to see it. It will take a few minutes to go over the changes with the cast, but I'm sure they can handle it. Ooh, I see some who's ending up for sack, so I guess we're just gonna have to do the entire play again.
Oh, I don't think so,
been with me since they were freshmen, correct? Play after play after play. Every year, in the fall, over and over again, we practice the lines. Over and over again, we stand in the same place or move. Depends on one day or the other. And they are always such troopers. We have late practices, they have sports, they have commitments, but they always come through for us. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate that senior leadership. But we also have a whole bunch of others behind them. Juniors, raise your hands. All right. Go on for years and years. Some thank yous. I want to thank Mr. Robinson and Richard Stroud for the sets that they put together today. As I said yesterday, it looks really simple, but it took a lot of time to get that set together, so we were very pleased. I want to thank Millers of Claflin one more time for loaning us some of the furniture. They do that every year, and we really do appreciate it a lot. So many people to thank. So many people who have put this production together. And hopefully you read your programs. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Mrs. Stevens has been doing it for 15 years. Absolutely. We want to thank the community, we want to thank the staff for all these brilliant years, and most of all of the actors, the crew that have passed through these doors onto these stages for the last 20 years. Thank you so very much, and may theater continue at Central Plains. Another round.